Don't scare me like
No,
that.
I'm not scaring you.
I'm
Ready?
scared.
Three,
No, I'm scared.
2,
Now I'm panicking.
1. Hey guys, it's Wilson with the College Kids, and
It's Fernanda Rivera here with the College Kids as well.
it's our podcast. As some of you guys know, hopefully a lot of you guys by now, we're college kids. That's kind of in the title.
Welcome to our podcast. Here we're going to be talking about all things college related and what it's like being
a college kid, but nothing too straightforward as that. You know, I'm not going to be talking to you about statistics and philosophy all the time. Like, I'm not going to be boring you with school matters, but I'm talking to you guys hopefully about the college experience in 2022 and on, and what it means to be a college kid now, because it's changed dramatically over the years. I personally go to Cal Poly Pomona.
I go to Cal State Long Beach.
I am a major in business finance. Yeah, that's how bad it is now.
Yeah, I think I know his major more than he does at this point.
Sadly.
But I'm a second year at Cal State Long Beach, and I'm majoring as well in business, but with the option going into information systems management.
Yeah, a mouthful. Yours compared to mine is way more of a mouthful.
Just finance, just numbers.
Yeah, mine is just numbers. Funny enough, it hasn't just become numbers. Realistically, what we really want to get across now is how it's changed. The game has changed. The game isn't as straightforward as it was 50, I think, to 100 years ago. Like, you want to say that?
Even 10 years ago.
10 years
too.
ago. Even 10, yeah, honestly, even that early ago, it's changed. The game has dramatically changed. Like, there are kids in high school that are becoming multimillionaires from learning online trading, NFTs, crypto. It's even
tech,
doing
everything, social media, everything is changing the game. I think just within what people are doing now in their professions.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's complete and total, not I want to say anarchy or chaos, but like the game has been flipped on its head, and major industries don't know how to like deal with it, and so don't educational institutions. So like, I'm still getting taught the same way that we were taught 20 years ago. You are too?
In a way, I mean, I think with the pandemic, everything did change. Obviously, we're still through Zoom right now, so it's changing a lot of stuff. Well, I'm through Zoom. You know, you're
I'm
in between.
So I'm in between of the two. So I'm a flexible student, technically. Like, I am on campus.
Hybrid,
yeah, hybrid. There you go, not flexible.
Hybrid.
Flex fuel. So I'm a hybrid kid. So I go to school twice a week for 2 classes technically, and I get 3 more classes Zoom, not even Zoom, just asynchronous, which I prefer wholeheartedly. Which is why, like, so this is the 2 takes. I am a Zoom kid. No, sorry. I would prefer to be not behind a screen, but to take my own pace and how I want to learn, compared to having to go almost every day, realistically, the way that it was, like, let's say 4 years ago, where you'd be having a certain class, twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then Mondays, Wednesdays. I mean, I still have not experienced that. I'm still online through Zoom, but I know you prefer. Yeah. So funny enough, yeah, you never actually started.
I still haven't even gone to my school, and I'm basically the unit's almost on my 3rd year already.
Yeah, she's pretty much equivalent to me. So I'm a junior. She's a sophomore, technically, with the credits of a junior. And I was a transfer kid. So I started at my community college, which was VVC, Victor Valley Community College.
Go Rams.
Go Rams.
Shout out to all the Rams.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Shout out to all the Rams and the High Desert Rats. Nothing offensive. It is kind of offensive. I don't know.
Not offensive.
Do you feel? I don't think it's offensive.
It's not.
It's like something. It's like, those. Like,
I was a dual
lizards?
enrollment kid in high school.
Yeah.
And I have so many units now.
No, as in like desert rats.
Desert rats.
Yeah, like we're like from the desert. So like technically we're all desert rats, but like, you know how like everybody has their own thing, their own lingo?
But I mean, every city has,
Yeah,
their
I'm pretty sure there's somebody's
rats.
that like
they're
lizards
New York
or like
rats.
Oh no,
Okay, at least
that
you're
doesn't
not
compare,
subway
like,
rats. That's even a thing. I don't
things are
know,
horrible.
but we're desert rats.
We're desert
sadly.
rats. But yes, so I started school in 20.
Anyway, back to college and not about rats.
Not about rats. Beauty of podcasting. I started school in 2019, so it was right before the pandemic, and I actually had about a year and a half of normal, like technically
At VVC,
at VVC, like 4 days out of the week I would be at school, and it was I'm coming from a student that didn't like school, didn't like not 9 to 5, but like 7 to 3 o'clock schedule, depending if you had a before school period or after school period. I didn't like that. What I liked about college was I get to pick my time. So I'd have a class at 8 a.m. and then I had a class at 10 a.m. and that was it. Or I had a class at 10 a.m. and then another one at 3 and that was it. There was no, I have to be here from 8 till 2.
Yeah, but
all the classes.
Before that, you weren't even a business major. You were still a
funny.
physics major.
Okay, so
you were at school. I remember texting him, and it was like 6 p.m. on a Friday, 6, 7.
It was 7.
You'd still be at the library.
I would still be at the library. So, yes. So, you exposed me out here like that. So, yes, I was,
don't forget.
Funny enough.
Or finance.
Before I went into finance,
physics.
I was a physics major. I loved physics. I still love physics. Not that I love physics. I love thinking outside the box and figuring out why the world works the way it does. And hopefully we get to touch upon that in the future.
I mean, I don't know too much like you do, but.
Well, yeah, and I'm breathing super hard. Like, I could hear me breathing. I don't know. Eesh, Jesus. Okay. But, so I love physics. I still love physics. And I love to read about physics, talk about physics. I remember taking you on a date to a lecture Kip Thorne. And Kip Thorne is an amazing physicist. He helped he was part of the team in LIGO that detected the gravitational waves the very first times, and that was the second experiment that had proven Einstein's general relativity.
I don't know.
And yeah, it was special relativity actually, not general. And it's really crazy. So that's why I know a lot of physics. And the only reason that I didn't continue in physics was because BBC had backtracked me a year. So their physics program doesn't take on every semester. So I can't go in spring and start physics. I have to start physics every fall. So I started racking up my GEs, and I was happy to do so. And I was already in my second year of calculus when COVID hit. So I was ready. I was ready to go in. I put my best foot forward, I think, for when COVID started. Like, everybody tried. We didn't think it was going to last. I personally didn't think.
It was 2 weeks of vacation, and there you are, 2 years of what's happening.
Honestly,
what are we doing?
And it changed.
What am I doing?
Dramatically. Everything changed in the span of like a year, for me at least. Like, life hits you quick when things kind of stop and stay still. Like, COVID was a lost year for us. Like, 2020, a lot of people I've talked to forget about it. Like, they're like, it was only 2 years ago. I was like, no, like, we've been in this going on our third year. Like, 2023 is around the corner. Like, we're already in March, and as soon as June hits, I feel like the year just flies by.
I feel like the year is flying by though.
Oh my gosh.
Already. But you went from being
a physics major
being
to
on campus
all the time, loving it, to
you still love it, but
I still love physics. Being on campus, not so well, kind of. And
BBC
then
has a nice campus.
No, not right? Well. Yes, BBC has a nice campus, but now moving geese. Those geese apparently are like attacking students. I remember seeing a post. I think was it on Twitter that they like a student had seen somebody get chased around by geese, a goose or something. Not geeses, but gooses, geese. I'm not an English major.
Well, geese is plural, no?
Geese is so we were saying it wrong. So goose.
By a goose?
But no, geese is
okay.
So a goose was chasing a kid around. But it's a really beautiful campus. It's not huge, like let's say UCLA, but it is a really nice campus for what it is. It's a community college. Yeah. And you get around quick. The classes are really nice.
I mean, you're at Cal Poly now, so I mean, everything.
And funny enough,
perfect. I ran through amazing.
Yes.
Not physics, possibly, but still. Finance, lots of numbers still.
Yes. Funny enough, I had a Cal Poly professor. My calculus professor was a Cal Poly professor, and he had kind of retired off of that and went to get a higher pay at BBC, which is kind of smart. And I loved it. I loved physics. I still love physics, and I still study a lot of it. And what made me switch was really that COVID even backtracked me another year. Like I was not gonna be able to go into physics until the next year of, so it was gonna be until 2021. I wouldn't like right now in the semester that I am right now in, I would be technically a sophomore, which is crazy. I would still be at BBC. Can you believe that? I would have all my GEs done. Everything's done. I would just have to be taking physics classes and some calc. That was it. I'd be still at BBC.
You'd still be a sophomore?
I'd still be a sophomore because I was gonna. So I would have been starting my physics classes fall of 2020, if not, if I had messed up fall of 2021. So I would have been, I want to say, 4 or 5 classes away from graduating. But you can only take 1 or 2 of them at a time. So after the first semester, I would still have to take a year to 2 years of physics
So
classes.
at the moment, are you in a 4-year track?
I'm on a 4-year track, yes, technically. Unless if I skip or fail as a finance major, I'm on track. And that's the only reason I really decided to switch to being a finance major was because being at school for 6 years just to get a bachelor's felt horrendously horrifying. Like it was terrifying to me to be thinking I was going to be 22. Yeah. 22 with a degree that was useless in my field. Like a bachelor's in physics is pointless. I still needed 2 to 4 more years until getting something pliable to be a professor at a good institution or anything like that. My goal was to be a professor, a physics professor. I loved teaching and I loved talking, as you can tell. And that was my like go-to. That's what I wanted.
I feel like that's what happened too between, March 2020 till March 2021. Everything changed for a lot of people. You went from being physics, all the time studying it, wanting it to be your career, your passion, to now switching to finance and now what you're doing today, which changed completely for not only you, but a bunch of students too, that going from high school kids to, now, okay, what are you doing and what are you majoring in within months, times. And not only that, but online and through Zoom.
Yeah. I think a lot of you guys could relate. Like, how many of you guys you were a senior, so it kind of sucked. It
was so weird. Like now thinking back to like me being a senior back in high school, it's just like at that time, obviously I think I just got accepted to CUCLB.
Yeah, you had just been accepted to Long Beach. Yeah,
to one of the schools, and I already knew I wanted to go there. But either way, I was going for kinesiology, not even anything in business. I don't even remember how I fell into the business track, but I just think I chose it last minute before I even started my classes. But I was a kinesiology major, wanting to be a physical therapist, looking to go to grad school, and I was all for it. And then I don't know what happened, but I just decided to, let's go the business route. I don't know if I could really do 6 years.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of people had to make those tough decisions like on the spot. Like I don't know how many juniors are listening. Well, not even juniors. Now you guys are technically freshmen in college. You guys were juniors like when this all hit. You guys got a year taken away. Like you guys are barely, a year. Some juniors last year seniors didn't get anything, did they?
Last year seniors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They got a whole year.
Did they get a prompt? No, they didn't.
Yeah,
my brother's he didn't get to go to school until this year. Last year's seniors were like.
Yeah, they did.
They were the last kids.
They got graduation. They got prom.
They didn't get like I think this year is the closest.
I think it was like hybrid or something.
Hybrid. It was like some parts of the U.S. Some kids were getting it, and some kids were like not getting it. And a lot of my like people that I saw on social media were like, "This is weird." Like. I saw so many TikToks. TikTok was a huge thing in the pandemic, where kids were like, "Dude, I was a junior and now I'm a freshman in college. I don't know what I'm doing."
I mean, yeah, to a lot of us, you were barely a freshman.
I was
starting. I think
I was barely. Yeah,
barely a freshman.
I was finishing my first year in college
at
BBC, and everything flipped around, and now I'm technically on the track to graduating. I'm like, I still don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's difficult because.
Well, I mean, the pandemic really just changed a lot of decisions in the aspect of, all right, like if this is shutting down, can I really do that right now? Should I really do that? how am I going to learn that? How am I going to get there? Is that going to be even available? How is this? How is that? I mean, everything changed. I didn't think I was going to still be online in my like second year, but I mean, here we are. But I mean, things
we're all still
for a
trying to
reason.
figure it out. Like, but I think like I hope that a lot of you guys could maybe comment or tell us, how do you guys feel about it? Like, how did you guys transition? Because I know it wasn't easy, but like, were your counselors or your teachers helpful in this? Because I remember like my school, like VBC, as good as a school it was, they had the worst. Like, they couldn't handle it. They didn't know what.
I mean, a lot of schools didn't.
But
a
like,
lot of teachers, a lot of counselors were still dealing on like their personal lives, let alone like their job, and then handling students on top of that.
Yeah, and
their lives.
I think that threw people off, of course. But we're not even talking about like the effects of like the medical side of COVID and what that really threw on people. But like, as students and kind of the future generation of the U.S., we were, or the world realistically, we were kind of thrown to figure things out by ourselves, I think, because there were so many of us that kind of, I personally had to figure out how to transfer myself. I found out that I was graduating from my community college, I think, what was it?
Like 2 days before?
2 days.
Cap and gown.
Cap and gown. I got my
Last
cap and gown
minute.
less than 48 hours.
At least you got a graduation. That was nice.
That was nice. It was. I'm not complaining, but it was trip because no counselor told me. I didn't get an email. I had to figure it out because I did the math. I was like, wait a minute, I'm ahead, and I got accepted to Cal Poly, and I've been applying to graduate, and I didn't get like an email back. I didn't get anything, so I like walked up to campus, and there was like 5 people in total on campus, and I finally got away with asking and figuring out, and they told me, yeah, you are. Here's a cap again. Meet us here in 36 hours or something like that. And I was like, I remember telling my family, and they were like, what are we supposed to be doing right now? Like, what? You're graduating?
Okay.
Like, wait, okay. My best friend, Paul, he was like, how are you telling me this now? Like, you should have been knowing this. And I was like, I am telling you this as I'm walking out of the store with my cap and gown. I just got this. I just texted her, and I was like, bro, can you believe I'm graduating? And she was like, congratulations. Because we were all trying to figure, like, I didn't know what I was doing. And then the worst part was, like, it was still kind of weird. Even graduate, like, I got a graduation. No complaint there. But graduation
you've
wasn't
gotten
the
every
same
graduation
thing.
so far.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he got high school and then college. But no, but they were nice because at the BBC one, you got the class of 2020 and the class of 2021.
No,
right?
19 and 20.
1920.
Our class of 20 and 2021. Yeah, it was.
No, you
see
graduated last year. Yeah, it was last year, 2021, because it was in.
Was it?
Yeah, we don't even know our years.
You see, yes, it was. So I think it was 2021.
Yeah, it was class 2021
and
class 2020. Because 2019, you graduated perfectly nothing. The pandemic didn't start till March.
Yeah, I was in high school.
2020.
And then.
So it was 2020 and 2021. So they had combined both classes and had the graduation.
And it looked huge. It kind of looked normal until, you got to everybody's wearing masks.
And it was like the biggest class, right? I believe that was
graduating. Yeah, it was, which is funny because we were like, we had Zoom. So it was like everybody's still trying to figure everything out. But on the flip side, I was in college and you were figuring out what?
You were in college. What do you mean, freshman year?
Yeah, you're
a freshman year?
No,
you're first year.
My first year.
I was a senior in high school. Just going to school, living life, and be a kinesiology major. I'm gonna live my perfect life, whatever. Go to grad school. $100,000 of loans. Right? That's what I thought. 18-year-old me. Then the pandemic hit. I was still gonna do that, but I was planning to be in person. I was planning to do the 4-year route and obviously just go straight into a 4-year, graduate, and start my career. But, I mean, I'm still doing that. But I'm still online. I'm still in Zoom, obviously.
Yeah.
And I haven't stepped foot on my campus in 2 years. Besides...
Yeah, I think your switch up was... The biggest switch up for you was...
Well, I just went last month.
Yeah.
And it took me 2.5 hours to get there.
But that was a choice.
2.5 to come back. So... that was not really what I was looking forward to. Was the drive, the commute. Not really looking forward to something that I probably
You see, but like
won't be doing.
the thing that was different for you was that you started and you wanted to be you were going to be in person. So
yeah,
you
I wanted
planned
to be in person. My plan was, I'm going to be dorming. I'm going to be doing that.
Right, yeah.
That was my
So
thing. Long Beach, yay! And then the pandemic, it was just like, no, we're going to be online first semester of my first year. I was like, all right, one semester, that's not bad. We'll do it. We'll see how it is. And I know I got on the president's list. So
yeah, her
so
first
I did pretty good.
She had it. You were.
Yeah, I thought. And then I took calculus the next semester, and I was like, no, that's not. No, that's not happening.
It was
it's not her fault. She's a writer. No.
But like, I think your biggest. I'm dealing it for the people out there. For a lot of college kids, it was just more of a switch up of like the norm becoming abnormal. But yours was already a transition phase, becoming even more like flipped on its side. Because like a lot of freshmen coming into college, they already are kind of in this weird position in limbo. Like you're trying to figure out what major you want to be in, if you're dorming, if you're gonna be living. With family.
I just randomly changed into the business major too. So I was like, all right, well, this is what I'm doing now.
Guidance, like how was that? Like how was it dealing with?
I don't have any guidance. That's the thing where it's like, I'm an EOP student. I think to this day, I still don't even know who my actual advisor is from the College of Business. So that's not great. But I meet with a lot of EOP counselors and I get all my guidance from there. But first year, obviously going into the pandemic, I didn't know what the counselors were. Yeah, we had an introduction. Welcome to the school. This is this. But it was never like, hi, I'm your counselor. Hi, introducing. Like I said, I don't even know who it is to this day, which is bad. But I meet with the EOP counselors, so it's fine. But there wasn't any guidance on, all right, you should take this class. Hey, you're doing this. You're on this track. It was just look at all the resources you have online. And if you want to talk to somebody, you have to make an appointment that's like 3 weeks out in advance, to the point where it's like, all right, well, your classes will probably be closed by then, so then you don't know what to do.
Yeah, I remember
you were like, okay.
You were having, even as a freshman that like freshmen have priority, you were having difficulty. Like,
I think my first semester I was fine, but it was in November, enrolling into my second semester, where again, I didn't wasn't a person. They were obviously prioritizing a lot of the student athletes, and I'm not a student athlete at a D1 school.
That's another topic for another day.
Yeah. So I remember I got waitlisted for all my classes second semester, and I remember freaking out because I was like, there's no classes available. I don't know who to talk to. I guess I just have to build a schedule with what's open and just hope for the best that they're good students. I meant good students and professors, but it worked out. It was good.
Yeah, but
at the time it
was hectic.
Like I remember being at a 4-year too. Like it's harder because it's bigger students.
Yeah, she everybody was bigger. COVID, I added a couple pounds. We were all big.
We all did. No, not bigger students. There was bigger class sizes. Obviously, different professors that I don't even know what they're teaching. Where I'm like, what Greek mythology? Why did I take Greek mythology? Yeah. I didn't know, but now I know Zeus and all his 6. I don't even know how many. Kronos eating. It was Kronos.
No, wait.
Kronos who ate all his kids.
That's his brother though.
Zeus is his son, I think.
No, Zeus, but his brothers were the ones that kicked
I don't remember. Clearly, it didn't work. It didn't stick. Okay, Greek mythology didn't stick. Whatever.
Yeah,
Kronos ate all his kids. That's all I remember. Is that he ate his kids.
She sent me so
many
memes
of that. And I had to make a meme.
Oh yeah, that was why.
I made a meme
teacher,
for it.
Your teacher was making.
But that's the thing, where it's like some professors that semester were great professors, where I was like, wow, like it makes such a difference from high school and college. Like in high school, I was pretty bad at like math. I mean, to this day, I'm still not the greatest, but whatever.
She still doesn't want to do the arithmetic test. Maybe we could do it on here.
No.
Oh, come on. It's fun.
But I lost my train of thought. I got scared.
She got scared of math. She was like, wait a minute.
Crap. Okay. Oh, there was amazing professors, right? Like I took B-Law with like this amazing attorney, and she was great. And
actually,
then this great really my math professor too at that semester. I don't even know what I took, but it was not calculus. It was not any of those advanced ones for business. No. But it was great, and I passed all my classes, and I think that's when I really realized, like, wow, like college and high school makes such a difference on the professors. Not that there wasn't any at the high school that we graduated from.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's definitely not the same the way that it's getting instructed. Even through Zoom, I feel like I learned so much being it through Zoom online at college than I did
would have been in college,
in high school. Like it just,
Well, you were,
college
I mean,
professors are just a different type of like actual teaching where I'm like, wow, I actually understand this and I don't feel like an idiot.
You know what? I think that's absolutely
Sometimes.
true. Like the difference, the discrepancies are really not discrepancies. The differences, really. The differences between college professors and high school professors are, well, teachers, well, professors are sometimes humongous and sometimes they're tiny. Like I remember having, you hate, well, don't hate him, but you say that you didn't learn much from him, and I think I learned so much out of this one teacher that it kind of set me up.
He was a great teacher.
Yes.
It was the district that didn't. I will forever come for the district because they never provided us with anything. And to this
I
day,
think so. I think that. So I had a
messed us up.
science teacher in high school. I won't, maybe later we'll talk about it. But when we talk more about teachers and instructors, he was amazing. He taught me a lot. Not only like the subject, but like life as it is in high school. And I think that put me on more of a trajectory. And I think there's a lot of teachers out there that if you look for them and you talk to them, they're willing to teach you and to guide you and mentor you kind of. But in college, it's a whole lot easier. And I think that's where a lot of students need that more than in high school. Like, we need more of that in high school, but we're not ready for that. Like, I don't think a lot of freshmen in high school are ready to be guided through, some of
No,
these.
you're like fresh out of like middle school.
Yeah,
That's
we're
not
like-
going to be your first thought of let me like get mentored by this,
60-year-old man. Yeah, no, it's weird, but I think it's really useful. Once you're in college, though, and you kind of get that taste of somebody that's teaching you and showing you how the ropes are in life, I think it's a whole lot easier. But we're going to have to bring this to a close soon. So I'd like to say thank you for the very first episode of The College Kids. And my lovely partner here would like to...
So we want to start including, our little closing inspirational quotes is what we want to do for each episode. And thank you guys all. But one of my favorite quotes, I believe, is from Helen Keller, the iconic Madame.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. We're going to have like 30 seconds.
Be happy with what you have while working for what you want, basically. But it's a great quote. Love reading it when I wake up and when I'm working. So just be happy with what you have while working for what you want. There we go. Thank you guys.
Thank
For
you.
that amazing topic and for
Conversation. So hope you guys, check in next time, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Deuces.
Bye.